Dear student, due to coronavirus, school started online classes for your study. So you can subscribe Golden Flower Palia YouTube channel, like and press the bell icon.
Hello friends, it's a part third of the same chapter, basic accounting terms. Now today again we will discuss for the accounting terminologies because students, it is a compulsory for to all. Before starting the numerical portion, you have to be understood about the meaning and the definitions of those words are using under the commerce, under the accounting. So let's now start on the today accounting terminology. First is there receipts. Students, first is there receipts. So the amount are receivable and received from after selling of assets, goods and services. So students, those amount we will receive after the selling of assets, goods and services. It is called a receipts. See the word amount received from selling of assets, goods and services. It is called a receipt. It is an easy concept of the receipts, and the receipts are categorized into two categories. First is there capital receipts. First is capital receipts and second is revenue receipts. Revenue receipts. So capital is a non-recurring income. Non-recurring student means those income were not to be received regularly. We have received this income when we have to be received or a portion of the capital. It means when the owner of when the proprietor of the business are investment in the capital by the way of issue of shares. When the proprietor of the business, proprietor means those that are owner of the business, are investment the capital in his own business by issue of shares, by taking the loan from the bank. So it is called a capital receipts. And if the owner sell the assets of its own business, it is called a capital receipts, because the assets will be a sale. The assets will be a sale by the owner, by the businessman. So the assets are not to be regularly sold from the business, because when the owner are purchasing the assets, it is the main motto for the purchasing of the assets. The owner will be manufactured from the assets. If the owner are sale of the assets, it is called a capital receipts. And second is their revenue receipts. Those are a recurring income. Recurring means regular receivable income, just like for a rent received, commission received, interest received. So this is an example for the revenue receipts. Revenue receipts will be regularly on during the business organizations. So students, next is there income. Income is the amount of profit earned during the accounting period. Now let's see the board. Income is the amount of profit earned during an accounting period. Those income we will earn after the selling of the assets. It means if we sell the assets, it is called a revenue. My point, listen carefully. If we sell the assets, it is called a revenue, and those expenses will pay for the cost of goods. It is called expenses. So revenue is equal to those assets amount received from sale of assets or services. Sale of assets and services. Revenue, it is called a revenue. If you will receive an amount after the selling of the assets, it is called a revenue. And expenses, those costs you will pay for the manufacturing of the goods, it is called the expenses. So students, cost of goods sold, it's called the expenses. And let's see the formula for the more understood about this meaning. Formula is equal to income is equal to revenue direct expenses. It is the formula income is equal to revenue minus expenses. Listen to me. If an organization has to be produce a goods on the cost of 80 rupees. If an organization manufacture or produce a goods with a cost of 80 rupees and that goods has to be sold in the market with 100 rupees of 100 rupees. So it is income, revenue, it is revenue, and 80 rupees is the expenses. Those 80 rupees you have to use for the manufacturing of the goods. It is called the expenses, cost, and it is a revenue. So income, revenue, deduct 80 rupees of the cost. It means 20 rupees is the income. Clear? So those amount has to be paid for the manufacturing of the goods. It is called the expenses, and when the amount received from the sale, it is called the revenue. That formula income is equal to revenue minus expenses. Next is profit. The excess of revenue over total expenses of a business as an accounting period. So students, first I am discuss to you what is the meaning of accounting period. In a business organizations are followed by the terms for the preparing the account. Few businessmen are accepted this accounting period 1st April to 31st March. It is called the accounting period or a financial year. And few organizations are accepted 1st Jan to 31st December. It is called the accounting period or a accounting financial year. So it is depend on the business organizations that which one accounting period will be accepted by the business organizations. So if the meaning is here for the profit, the excess of revenue over total expenses of a business. It means when the revenue will be excess from the expenses of the business as on the period of accounting year, as on the period of accounting year as a term as profit. So the profit are to be categorized in two types. First is here gross profit. Gross profit, and second is net profit. Today I will not to be explain what is the meaning of gross profit and the net profit, but there are two profit, those are defined to the profit. On continue we will study about this profits. Next is here gain. So profit and gain both are elements of the business. Profit we have to receive regularly as on the accounting period. When we have to do some activities in the business, that we have to earn a profit. But gain, those are not to receive on the regularly. It is depend on the nature of the business. So gain is not to be depend on the regular basis. Is the non-recurring income is called a gain. Gain or profit that arises from those transactions which are incidental of the business. Incidental of the business. It is mean not to be the regular. It means it is a achanak. Gain or profit. Gain is called a profit. That arises from those transactions which are incidental to a business. Just like for a horse race winning, it is a gain. Sale of investments, it is a gain. Sale of assets, it is a gain. Because sale of assets, it is a gain because the businessman is not to be purpose for selling the assets. I will explain on the earlier. The businessmen are buying the assets for the manufacturing work. If the businessmen are selling the assets, and if we have to begin something, it is called a gain. So assets are used for the production work, manufacturing work. So sale of investments, it is a gain. Sale of shares, it is a gain. And winning a court case, it is a gain. Because the businessman not to be always winning the court case. It is a incidental to business. So clear? Next is loss. So as per the excess of revenue over total expenses, it is called a profit. And loss, excess of expenses over revenue of business. When the expenses will be a excess over the revenue. When the revenue will be less than from the expenses, and the expenses will be more than from the revenue, over the revenue or from the revenue, the excess of expenses over revenue of a business. It is called a losses. And next is purchases. So purchases is used for purchase of goods. Purchases is used for purchase of goods. It is a main word of the goods. Student, what is the meaning of goods? I have explained at my previous videos that meaning of goods. Goods is a product in which the firm is dealing or producing for sale terms. So goods is a product in which the firm are sale and maintain the dealing terms. So it is called a goods. When the firm are buying or are purchasing to the goods, it is called a purchases. My point is clear? So when the firm are purchasing a raw material for the converting into the finished goods, it is called a purchases. Suppose it, I have example, if the furniture maker are buying a wood for making a chair and the furnitures, chair and the tables, so it is called a purchase because the main motive is there for making a furniture. And after making the furniture, they have to be sale. It is a furniture. It is in showroom. So it is called its own goods. But if the furniture maker are buying the van for the delivery of the furniture at the home, so it is not to be considered a goods. It is called a fixed assets. These terms I have to be explained at my previous videos. So those assets, those goods are to be purchased for the running a business, not to be maintain a business. It is called a purchases. And both have two types of purchases there. First is there cash purchase. Cash purchase. When the businessman bought the goods on the cash basis, it is called a cash purchase. And when the businessman bought the goods on the credit basis, credit means strength to the heart. Credit purchase, it is called when the goods are purchased on the credit basis, it is called a credit purchase. Both purchase are considered in the terms of accounting. Cash purchase and credit purchase. Next is 7 number of this class, purchase return. Purchase return. So students, this word is clear, I think. Purchase return. The businessmen are purchase the goods from the supplier due to the time of purchases, and purchase return. If the businessmen are not to be satisfied from the goods of the supplier, that time they have to be returned to the goods to the manufacturer by the supplier. It is called a purchase return. The goods are returned to the supplier. It is called a purchase return. Just simple meaning is there, and the other name is purchase return of return outward. Return outward. Return outward. And for the formula concept, it is called a total purchase, and when we will deduct for the calculation of net purchase, total purchase minus purchase return, then will be calculated for the net purchase. It is a numerical concept. When you have to solve the numerical concept, that time you will use for the net purchase total purchase deduct purchase return is equal to net purchase. So I think this point is clear. Next point, sale. Next is sales. For the sales, the term use of sale of those goods for sale, those goods of sale in which the firm is dealing. The firm are doing a regular business of the goods. It is called a sale. The firm are producing. The firm are buying, purchasing the resale of the goods to the customer. It is called a sale. If the firm are selling the assets, so it is not to be considered as on the terms of sale. Suppose if the firm are selling of a mobile phone, the firm are purchasing a mobile phone from the other one manufacturer and sell to his own customer, then it's considered a sale. If the firm are buying a machineries and the phone seller, phone shopkeeper are buying a machinery and they have to be sale on the machinery after uses of the machinery, that time is not to be considered as a terms of sale. I think my point is clear. So those goods are buying or manufacturing for the sale basis, it is called a sale. For the resale, it is called a sale. So other terms of the sale, two types sales is here. First is here cash sale. Cash sale, when the goods are sold with the cash sale, when the goods are sold within credit, it is called a credit sale. Sales return, the goods are sold to the customer and returned by the buyer. My point is clear. Goods sold to the customer and returned by the buyer and the customer, it's called a sale return. The other name is return inward. Returns inward is called a sale return. And for the calculation of net sale is equal to total sale minus sale return.
Do self-study at home and stay home, save lives. Thank you very much.